Everyone mentioned today is innocent until proven guilty in a court of law, and everything I discuss here is theory until proven fact, even if it is.
Never break, always fight, never quit, do it right, play the game, win it life, have no shame, there's no time, feel the pain, live the grind, I can change, in my mind, pick a lane, commit and climb, the only way to win it life. I never miss, that's fact, taking big swings, bitch, hand me the bat, put me in the ring, you'll go out in a bag, cause I sing what I mean and I bring it to the mad light. Ain't got time to kill, I got time to feel, I took a red pill, I know life's short so I wanna live real, but how's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel? They wanna say my name, but they holding back. They wanna say they hate, but they know it's cap. I ain't play no games, I just do that's fact. And I don't feel no shame, it's the mood you lack. I go crazy, nah bitch I ain't lazy. Track after track, I work on this shit daily. Pass me the jack, right as fuel, got me hazy. About to unpack all these things I've been chasing. I've got visions in my head, like memories after death. To be a legend instead of something you can forget. I'm living up every breath, I'd rather lead than be led. I'll fill the seeds as I spread with every word that I've said. How's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel?
Hey guys, how you going? Good to see you all. We've got out to lunch. Alex, how you going guys? Deb. Who else have we got in here? I know we've got more. Deb J, how you going? Good to see ya. Sherry, how you going? J1, how you going? Good to see you guys. And Dealey. Good to see ya. Okay, Flyby Stew as well. Good stuff. Okay, let's get into some... before we do get into some things, you know what? I don't think any of this is going to work. I don't think the censorship of the internet's going to work. Oh, my goodness. Okay. Okay, Caroline O said, this is so fucking obvious that it's beyond my understanding why everyone doesn't get it. France, Canada and UK are freaking rewarding Hamas and removing any incentive they might have had to release remaining hostages. Department of State said talks with Hamas fell apart on the day Macron made the unilateral decision that he's going to recognise the Palestinian state. So those messages, while largely symbolic in their minds, actually have made it harder to get peace and harder to achieve a deal with Hamas, as Secretary Rubio. Wonder how Candace feels about this. Candace Owens is about Candace Owens, right? Just let me read a couple of things I've written down here. Okay, she was a lefty and I think she still is, trying to be conservative, you know. Not quite, I don't think. I used to follow Candace, right? I loved her until a couple of things made me start questioning her. And if you watch her closely, you'll probably start questioning yourself. She apparently tried to get a position in the Trump admin, but they wouldn't have her. Okay, she turns on Trump, says Trump's starting the war with Iran, and never apologises for being wrong, by the way, but she supports the Palestinians. Where does that leave Macron and France? They're supporting the Palestinians too, and blames Israel for everything. Okay, I've got news for her. Read the Bible on Israel. Okay, if you read the Bible and find out what it says about Israel, and now she's calling on Trump and Vance to stand up for her because she's being sued. Okay, I think the Trump call she says she had with Trump is fake, otherwise she'd probably play it if she had it. Anyway, Gazans even hate Hamas, right? Everyone blames Israel for it. Iran actually made Iran and Turkey and all that. Who runs Iran? CIA, allegedly. But people still blame Israel. And UN and Hamas withhold aid, and people blame Israel. Just wanted to let people know that. Okay, so let's move on. So there you go. That's, you know, what's she going to do now? Because Macron is backing Palestinians. Okay, I wonder how she feels about that. Anyway, Jake Shields said, why do our elites pretend to eat dead bodies? How is this normal among the very people running our country? Yes, this is a body in here. Oh, well, dead or not, I don't know. Real or not, I don't know. Anyway, what they do is they taste bits, okay? Marina Abramovic and Lady Gaga. Does anyone remember Lady Gaga doing an ad for Biden? With Biden, sorry. She pretty much did the ad for him because I don't think he could talk at the time. Anywho, how you going, Del? Good to see ya. And Mr. Reconstruction. How you going? Good to see ya. Shannon, good to see ya. Just making sure I've got everyone. Susan here, good to see ya. Okay, I think I've got everyone so far. Okay, Michael O'Keefe said, this is Jeremy Godfrey, head of censorship in Ireland and chairman of the Media Commission. This man decides what you're allowed to see on the internet. You know who he looks like? Oh, what's his name on Shaun the Sheep? The owner. Hang on, let me just do some real time. Let me show you the owner if I can show you. I need images. This guy. This is who this guy looks like to me. See this? Ready? It's close. Oh my goodness. These are people deciding on what you should see on the internet. Okay. Clandestine said, flashback to Wednesday. Trump said he's going to take federal control of DC to stop the crime, and that includes bringing in the National Guard, maybe very quickly. Then today, Trump said he's about to secure DC very fast, just like he secured the border. Trump is preparing for something big. This comes as he's about to meet with Putin in Alaska on Friday, and as grand juries are convening in the grand conspiracy case against Obama and his cabal of deep state actors. I think there's much more to this than just the crime rates in DC. I think Trump is increasing security in DC because something big is about to go down. Big things have been happening all over the place. And this one, the Notebook Traveller, the unhinged e-safety Karen has been named in a US House Judiciary Committee document colluding with GARM to censor speech, which we know, but it's bringing the Australian e-safety Karen into the US crosshairs. And that's what I want to see. Stephen Barrett said, dear our friends, allies and cousins in America, UK here and Australia over here, we are in what we might call a bit of a pickle. You would probably phrase that differently. But to fix us, would you mind terribly lending us your Mr. Vice President? We'd be awfully appreciative. So would Australia, I'm sure. Can we borrow Trump and they can borrow... No, because you need Trump there. Can we have someone? Anyone? Hello? Anyone? And I'm sure this is Jeremy Clarkson. Clarkson's Farm said, how can government officials with zero farm experience dictate farming policies? I don't know, but I'd like to know. I'd like to know that too. How can you need a farmer in that, you need someone with experience in that role. How can, okay, think about this. The girl who just got into Australian Parliament at 21 years old, who was walking around making TikToks of her days at work, okay, imagine her in charge of farming. No idea whatsoever. A city person, right? No idea. No, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. Joe Lang said there's more here than meets the eye. Donald Trump said he'll make a decision in the near future about taking Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac public, a move which he said is giving very serious consideration. In a post on Truth Social, the US President said he'll speak with the Treasury Secretary, Scott Bessent, the Commercial Secretary, Howard Lutnick, and the Federal Housing Finance Director, William Pult, about doing so. He added Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac are doing very well, throwing off a lot of cash, and the time would seem to be right. Stay tuned. These two companies are the backbone of the US housing market. Together they support about 70% of US mortgages. Fannie and Freddie, which operate as a for-profit corporation with private shareholders, were created by the US Congress to expand the national home lending market by buying home loans from private lenders and repackaging them as mortgage-backed securities. Trump announced this plan a few months ago, and yesterday Trump posted a meme of him at the NYSE dated November 2025 with the new IPO named the Great American Mortgage Corporation. Everything Trump does is strategic. Can you see everything aligning? The real estate market, both commercial and residential, is really struggling with the high interest rates set up by the Fed. It's no coincidence that Trump and everyone in his administration are criticising Jerome Powell for not cutting interest rates. It is the one thing holding back the economy from really taking off to the upside. But is this all part of a strategic plan that's being timed? Trump rolled the Fed into the Treasury back during the COVID crisis using his emergency powers. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent is now Powell's boss, which is why Bessent recently called for a full review of the Fed and whether it is fulfilling its mission. Trump could force the Fed to lower rates. Why hasn't he done it? Is everything being timed for this coming November IPO of the Great American Mortgage Company? Is Powell going to cut interest rates soon in order to create a new boom in the real estate market right before this IPO? That would bring the value of this IPO much higher than expected and bring a lot of money into the Treasury. And what's Trump's long-term goal? Having the government involved in mortgages distorts the true market and increases the risk banks are willing to make because they're backed up by the taxpayers. We saw that in 2008 when the entire real estate market imploded and Fannie and Freddie were taken over by the government. What was meant to be a quasi-private entity to backstop the real estate market got turned into a big bailout of crooked banks. It's time for the government control to end. Is that Trump's plan? What if Trump's trying to take a full government control away from the real estate market altogether? How do you give the power back to the people over the real estate market and prevent full government and bank control? What if Trump's setting up a mortgage company that competes with the banks by giving the American people a low fee, low interest rate mortgage? A mortgage company that isn't fully controlled by the banks or the government? What if the goal is to create affordable mortgages and also eliminate property taxes? I think Trump already knows what's coming. What is it? The greatest real estate boom in world history. Can you imagine what the real estate market would look like if interest rates were close to zero? If fees were really low? If the banks had to compete with not just the Great American Mortgage Corporation, but also many other lenders through decentralised financing. If everything was on a blockchain ledger and the people were in control, what if property taxes were eliminated? What about when we ditch the fiat dollar and return to gold-backed dollar? Purchasing power back to the people. Housing is suddenly going to become affordable for almost anyone. Is it possible? You never know. What is the IPO, by the way? Did I miss that bit? What is the IPO? Someone can tell me. Oh, dear. Interesting, though. Rosita Diaz, breaking news here in Australia. 90,000 march for incest, honour killings, pedos, death to gays and violence against women and goats. Including Julian Assange. Didn't Julian want a meeting with Trump? I don't know. Hello, Trump. He was here. Okay, the Justice Comers said, making sense now. Today's Delta. This was 8 hours ago. They never thought she would lose. Now they all lose. They're all going down. Every one of the traitorous people. Doesn't matter which side they're on either. Okay, Ian Chance said Movember. Does anyone know what Movember is when you shave your moustache or whatever it is? I don't know, something like that. Do you shave it or do you grow it? Hang on. Okay, Movember. You know that charity to raise money for men's health? This is who it's run by. A woman, like all men's charities, and she's nailed the female leadership issue. Her leadership group is now 70% women. Take a look at the Movember team at a recent conference on the French Riviera. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 men. Okay, anyway. A no-shave November, is it? That's right, okay. Well, anyway, this is who it's run by. Wow. So when you're giving to charity and do they get money? Probably. Yeah, they probably all stop shaving and let their beards grow. Anywho, that was a good one actually, Deb. Drogo said DC National Guard is in position to be deployed at the same time the grand conspiracy treason's being revealed. Trump says he'll federalise DC, revoking the autonomous status it shares with the Vatican and City of London. This is what we like to see. Do you see what's happening? Must be a coincidence. Donald J. Trump said on Monday a press conference will be held at the White House, which will essentially stop violent crime in Washington, D.C. It's become one of the most dangerous cities anywhere in the world. It will soon be one of the safest. Thank you for your attention to this matter. President Donald J. Trump. Kevin Sorbo said if Trump said oxygen was amazing, the left would suffocate themselves. Yeah, they'd just hold their breaths. Okay, now this one from James Woods, the actor, remember? You know. Professor behind her applauding and nodding in agreement. Why are we paying taxes to support this? Listen to this garbage. Ready?
Excuse my language, but to that I say fuck ICE and fuck the Trump administration.
Oh, such dramatic music behind it. Doesn't it just get your emotions going? Yeah, I think, I don't know. Just watch her face for a minute here. Let me just mute it. Okay, now just watch her face. She looks like she's about to cry, right? Is it possible she might be about to be deported? Watch your face, ready? I'm about to cry, man. I'm trying to... Yep, see, I'm trying to hold my lips together so I don't cry. Yep, squeeze them lips together, love. Might stop you from crying. Anyway. Holy shit. It takes a lot for me to do that. Cat Turd says Sniffy the Clown doesn't want peace. He wants the billions to keep flowing. Also, he doesn't want to actually hold an election because he'll lose. Yeah, and then protecting the trafficking that's going on over there. Yeah, that'll fail too, see? It's all going to come undone very shortly. Just watch. Right Pulse News said, breaking, Julian Assange is reportedly seeking a meeting with President Trump to expose further corruption among Democrat elites in Congress and both the Obama and Biden administrations. Should Trump grant this meeting? You want to see the comments? Yes, and then point out to him what an idiot he was for marching for Hamas. No, Assange marched with terrorist sympathisers. He's not to be trusted. No, I don't trust Assange after his appearance on the Sydney Harbour Bridge last Sunday, and I'll flip-flop back and forward with Assange because sometimes it's hard to know which side he's on. First, I thought he was on our side. Then I was sus on him because I thought, no, maybe he's not. Then I was, now I'm not again. So there you go. I'm flip-flopping, but only flip-flopping because I don't know. Oh, dear. Missy said no, he can't be trusted. Last week he was in Sydney marching in the pro-Palestinian protests on the Sydney Harbour Bridge along with all the other terrorist supporters. Yep, see how many people don't trust him after... yeah. Where's the source? That's what I want to know too. Is this real? Like, really? Or are you just asking to see what people think? I don't know. Retards Down Under said, not every day that you get to ratio the PM of country. A simple yet very Australian, F you, see you in the NT. Okay? Albo said, Labor's frozen the beer excise. Cheers to that. He's got 1.5 thousand likes, right? 1,500. F you, see you in the NT has got 1,800 likes. Oh, from Retards Down Under. $17.80 for that. Yep. $17.80 for a schooner. Is it a schooner? Yeah, it looks like a schooner. But okay, so he's got enough tax out of that, is he? Has he? So he's frozen the beer excise after raising it so high? Interesting. AKA said breaking President Trump moved the official portrait of Obama into a random hidden stairwell in the White House. Now, I don't know if that's true, but it's funny. Should bury it in the basement, mate. Actually, just burn it, really. Alexandra Marshall said, so strange how the climate crisis ended and all the screaming children went home after renewable energy companies secured another $100 billion in taxpayer dollars. It's almost like the crisis is related to cash rather than the climate. Yes, I would agree with that. That's exactly what it's about. Clandestine said, remember just a few weeks ago when all the clickbait influencers said that Cash, Bongino, Bondi and Trump were all compromised by the Jews? Yeah, Candice was one of them. MAGA was finished and the sky was falling. That was cute. Now the turncoats are slowly crawling back, just like I said they would. Clandestine said, if you don't trust Trump, that's fine. We'll see you in 3.5 years. Bye-bye. In the meantime, you're all going to do exactly what I'm going to do, which is watch how it all unfolds. Eventually, the turncoats will be back on the Trump train and act like they never left. I remember reading this out a few weeks ago. Yeah. Okay. McCamia said everyone wants to come to countries that were built by Anglo-Celtic Europeans, and the moment they come, they destroy our societies and bring their shitful habits. It's perfectly normal for us to simply say no more, leave, get out. Exactly. I'll help show you the door. I might not be able to do much, but I'm sure there's a lot of people behind me willing to. Nathan Livingstone, Milk Bar TV, said the E-Safety Commissioner, aka Australia's Ministry of Truth, has lost a third legal case. We know that, the FSU of Australia accused the Commissioner of cyberbullying after she called them a front group for Elon Musk. Clip below. When FSU complained, the E-Safety Office dismissed it as normal, meaning they couldn't appeal. This case highlights once again that the E-Safety Office is not transparent and working outside the law. And she's working outside the law, sorry. How many court decisions will it take for E-Safety Commissioner to be fired and the E-Safety Office stripped of its Orwellian powers? I don't know, but hopefully soon this is going to fail. Oh, look at all the women. Of course it's all the women.
There are front groups. One is called the Free Speech Union of Australia, and they've run a campaign to increase the number of FOIs by 3,000%. And it's they're very open about let's just tie them up in knots. There are front groups.
Oh, can't listen to her. I can't. Can we deport her back to America? Trump, do you want to deal with this one? Rob Smith said the NDIS has enriched the lives of greedy immigrants. That's where all the money's going. Jadeep Singh, whose NDIS businesses allegedly fund $40 million in assets. Oh, allegedly funded 40. Hang on. What the hell's going on here? How am I not reading this right? Okay, let's try again. Jadeep Singh, whose NDIS businesses allegedly fund $40 million in assets, recently had luxury cars such as a 230,000 Mercedes G-Wagon seized in a raid by authorities. About frickin' time. New South Wales Crime Commission then obtained restraining orders on 36 properties. Huh. Can see where the money's going. Amit Sharma and Nikita Patel, a disgraced NDIS provider who found himself before the courts, was Amit Sharma, who admitted to soliciting the names and addresses of 18,500 NDIS participants from NDIA worker Lena Kumar because he was greedy. He never claimed to have used the information. He is waiting sentencing on 3 counts of soliciting disclosure of protected agency information, with the prosecution pushing for a jail term. Please lock him up. Muhammad Salam, husband and wife Muhammad Ali Muhammad Salam and Nora Beda, along with French national Jakarta Safrain, pleaded guilty to charges of conspiring to dishonestly obtain a gain from the Commonwealth to the tune of $5 million. Salam, who prosecutors claim played a starring role in the syndicate, deliberately defrauded the NDIS and the Australian Taxation Office and spent his ill-gotten gains on more than half a kilo of gold, 40 kilos of silver and cryptocurrency. Are the government going to take that now? Dan Scavino Jr. just posted abolish the IRS. I'm pretty sure everyone will be behind that one. Oz Integrity said breaking e-safety Commissioner Julie Inman Grant is salivating at the prospect of targeting social media platforms with her newfound powers. To her, this is deeply personal, with a new 250-person enforcement task force. Wow, clear conflicts. Yes, let's have a look.
So, I mean, your frustration with this is clear and understandable. What happens when these bigger tech companies just don't answer some of these questions, aren't doing what they should? What are the consequences? What powers do you have here?
Well, we now have some new powers around codes and standards, and with the passage in November of the Social Media Minimum Age Bill means that codes and standards violations, I can fine these companies up to $49.5 million for violations. So we've just put together an enforcement task force and are looking at the platforms that we are going to target. But, you know, this is not just, we'll end up playing a game of whack-a-mole. We're just one small country with a relatively small.
I've been playing a game of whack-a-mole with Google, YouTube, whoever's doing this for years, love.
Regulator. If you look at Ofcom, which is the UK sister regulator of ours, they just set up their Online Safety Act in 2023 and already have double the staff. So they've got about 500 people to our 250. So to take on...
They've got like 78 million people in their country and we've got like 21. So why do you want more employees to police like less? You've got half of what they've got for like nearly a quarter of the population? Are you that incompetent? Yes, she is. Just watch. It's all going to fall apart on them. Watch.
On not only this many powerful companies, but if you think of the, you know, broader universe of websites and dating sites and gaming platforms and wily perpetrators, we really need a lot more global regulatory coherence and partnership to tackle this.
Yeah.
She wants to go after Elon.
So
she's got a thing against Elon. I mean, she's probably got a thing for Elon, for all I know. The British Patriot said breaking protests have erupted across the whole of Britain, including Wales, Ireland, Scotland. Britain's on the edge. Yay! Sorry. That's not, you know, anyone who's really concerned. This is a good thing, don't worry. Dinesh D'Souza said FBI leaders have been arrested and escorted out after Kash Patel uncovers a disturbing plot. What is the disturbing plot? Sometimes this is clickbait. Oh, for God's sake. Fuck off. Fuck off. Fuck off. Fuck off. Fuck off. Fuck off. Can you not? No? Okay, they can't. Don't ask me to fucking pick bikes and shit, man. Oh, okay. Okay, the Trump administration has fired three senior FBI officials, each tied to the Bureau's investigation of the Capitol riot on January 6. A sign that Department of Justice is done tolerating insubordination, leaks and cover-ups. Brian Driscoll, who briefly served as acting FBI director at the start of President Trump's second term, along with Steve Jensen, assistant director in charge of the Washington field office, and veteran special agent Walter Giardina, were all informed they'd be terminated according to Politico. Okay, there you go. Good. No, thank you. Wow, that's weird. Okay. Anyhow, Jake said, I've seen better welds in a high school metal workshop. $325,000 for this shit. Look at it. These are the bins. I swear to God, they'll cost like probably, what, $100 most for the material? You wouldn't want to pay much for the welding. Okay. Tracy said, how on earth is it possible that 40 of these bins cost $13 million, which amounts to $325,000 each? I'd like to know who was awarded the contract for this profitable venture, yeah. Well, politicians and their mates in the unions, I guarantee you. You never know, they might have paid someone down the road to just put it together. You never know. Cat Turd said, have any of you started a fire in the woods by simply walking? Yeah, me neither. Apparently in Nova Scotia you can't walk in the woods. Alexandra Marshall said, just like Israel, Australia does not have a right to exist. Then get off our bridge, mate. Why are we letting these people pressure Penny Wong into handing over $20 million of taxpayer money when they want Australia destroyed? Seriously, and the libertarians who stood with this? Listen to what they say, not what you want them to say. Are you ready for this?
My name is Mine Ward. I'm a Yamaji Walk as a man from Kalgoorlie in Western Australia. I stand here, we all stand here on Gadigal land, down our country, stolen land.
I'll get the war drums.
For 237 years, since 1788, the same colonizers that colonized Palestine. We share the same story. We share the same colonizer. They gifted that land. They stole that land, and they gave it to Israel. Just like Israel, Australia does not have a right to exist.
Oh, really?
For too long, Palestinian people have had.
You know what? We should just get all those buildings, knock them down. Everything the white people built, let's just get rid of it all. We'll go back over to England and Ireland and Scotland and Wales and let's see how they do.
Fight for 76 plus years for their rights against genocide, occupation, ethnic cleansing, and what is happening right now in Gaza today. The same thing has happened here for too long.
Jesus, sign language woman's going a bit nuts there too. I'm sorry, these people are stupid.
In Australia.
Yeah, and let's take all our taxes away so they can't get the $45 billion a year for the Indigenous community. How about that? How about we just all take everything down, move away, you got no money now, let's see you create a suburb, let alone a city. Herald Sun said Victorians would be free to forcefully fight back against home intruders without consequence under a bold proposal to bolster the state's self-defence laws. Who wrote it? I hope so. Oh, of course you're going to hide it behind a bloody paywall. Or, yep, paywall, actually. I was going to say, you got to subscribe. No. Okay, so, I don't know, can't tell you the whole story, but people are, they want their self-defence laws back. You can't blame them. It's about bloody time. Rob Smith said Penny Wong billed taxpayers $540,724 over a 3-month period from April to June 2025. Please keep in mind this isn't her salary. This is just expenses charged to her credit card and paid for by you and I, the taxpayer. That's like 2 months, April, May, June. Well, okay, 3 if you include the whole lot of those months, okay? Expenditure, $540,724,000.08. Can we export her to China? One-way ticket, please. Patriotic Nation said, for anyone who didn't see it, I'll put the video in the comments, but look at the state of this headline. I applaud the lads who dealt with this sick bastard. Okay, you know the guy who was exposing himself? Listen to how they put it. Half-naked man in mental health crisis beaten by London Underground passengers. Yeah, for exposing himself. Now they're saying, man in mental health crisis. Is that what they're going to say when they all get caught for being pedos? I was just having a mental health crisis. I don't care what you were doing. Fuck off, idiots. Okay, then we got this news doge. This guy's making too much sense. He's a gun instructor. He destroys the hysteria surrounding assault rifles. Ready?
All right, everybody. Just want to make one thing clear. This is a gun, okay? Just like any other gun, it's a gun. If I choose to take this gun and assault somebody with it...
Scary.
Here.
I'll probably get in trouble for playing this, right? But anyway, the worst part's over.
Then it becomes an assault gun. Or an assault rifle. This is a golf club. If I take this golf club and I assault somebody with it... then this becomes an assault club. You see how assault is a verb, not a noun. Assault club, when I use it to assault. Assault rifle, when used to assault. Thank you. All right, everybody.
Same goes for a knife. If you use it to assault someone, it's an assault knife then, okay? Right Angle News Network said breaking just days after Doge, Florida began its on-site audits. Gainesville, Florida City Manager Cynthia Curry has resigned after 4 years in the role. Nothing to see here. Nothing to see there. Is that another DEI gone? I don't know. Tucker Carlson News said Breaking Doge just announced their plan to bring back trillions of dollars stolen by corrupt politicians. Yeah, I don't know why I bookmarked that one, honestly. And Right Pulse News said Breaking Doge blocked a $52 million payment from going to the World Economic Forum. Do you support this? And I'm not sure how true all this shit is, seriously. Benny Johnson, this is funny. I visited the Obama Library site in Chicago. Words cannot express how ugly it is. This used to be a beautiful grassy playground and leafy nature trail. Now it's a brutalist cement hellscape. The Southside neighbourhood residents tell me it's an eyesore and call it the trash can. Don't blame them. Ah, this guy. Yeah, this guy's well known for being all over TV. TV movies, anyone? Ryan Gerritsen said Jeff Everly got $28,872 fine for going into the woods in Nova Scotia. For going into the woods. Canada's broken. Wow, and 50 cents too. Okay, this one. Walsing at RN Lilydale said, honey scam, I always buy local, raw, organic honey. Okay, let's have a listen. What's going on with the honey?
Okay, so we need to talk about something that's a scam. Australian certified organic honey is a scam. You can see it on the front. It says it right there, that it's certified organic Australian honey. However, when you turn over, right there in the not even fine print, it says made from 10% Australian ingredients. The other thing is that Big Honey Corps are based in Richlands. Let's have a look who else is based in Richlands and what they could be lying to us about. Even this honey, Byron Bay raw and unfiltered honey, but it's owned and packed and made by the Richlands Big Honey Company, which is actually making up most of this shelf. So when people ask me, what honey should I be buying? I'm telling you that it shouldn't be from big honey that are made in Richlands. If you want to look at something that is a good honey brand, it's the little guys, and we'll show you the authenticity of that, which are brands like this.
Yeah,
There was
$8.
one, you can see it's starting to crystallize a little bit here, so that's a good sign. That's authentically good raw honey.
Hang on. I've heard the opposite. When it crystallises, it's got sugar in it. Didn't know that, okay? Thought it was the opposite. I don't know.
And then also another good brand is Leatherwood. But yeah,
$14.
not from the big honey guys, and certainly not certified organic.
Okay, so $8 was the minimum price I saw for honey there where she was picking them up. Okay, for true honey.
Australian honey, because it's not guaranteed to even be in Australia.
And people can support their local?
Yes, the biggest thing, the best thing is to support your local beekeeper.
If you can find one. There you go. I don't know. Vigilant Fox said H8. Oh, yeah, hang on. I've got to start at the top of this one. This is one of those threads I had to redo. Okay, this is a bombshell. Pathologist Dr. Ryan Cole just made a devastating prediction about what RFK Jr.'s latest move means for mRNA technology. The repercussions, he says, are going to be felt worldwide. Most people have no idea how big this really is. As always, see your doctor if pain persists. Preferably Dr. Timmy. How you going, Timmy? And Zal. Good to see you. Okay, HHS Secretary RFK Jr. dropped a mega bombshell on Tuesday when he announced that BARDA will be cancelling 22 mRNA vaccine development contracts, saving taxpayers about $500 million in the process. This move delivered a major blow to the biomedical industrial complex, which was hoping to make an mRNA vaccine for just about every disease imaginable. Now, I'm not an expert. I'm not a doctor. I don't know. So I'm telling you to go see your doctor if pain persists. Kennedy also gave legitimacy to what was deemed a conspiracy theory for a long time. He suggested that certain shots marked as safe and effective could have caused a virus to mutate more quickly and extended the pandemic together. Again, I'm not a doctor. I don't know. I'm reading RFK Jr. and YouTube, please guide me. I don't know what to say. I'm going to get kicked off again, aren't I? The mRNA vaccine platform paradoxically encourages new mutations and can actually prolong pandemics, even though I saw Tim Pool talking about this yesterday. As the virus constantly mutates to escape the protective effects of the vaccine, millions of people, maybe even you or someone you know, caught the Omicron variant despite being vaccinated. That's because a single mutation can make mRNA vaccines ineffective. Allegedly, Kennedy's defunding of mRNA vaccine technology is a bombshell. I'm going to read the rest of this. How much more is there? On Rumble, I just wanted to give you the gist of... yeah, watch out for those things, okay? Just want to make sure I got it in the medical. Oh, yep, it's already in there. Okay. I've just got to be careful, guys, because they'll do it to me again. Yes, we've done that. And this one we're also maybe going to do on Rumble. Will we? Or should we do it here? Just let me have a real quick look. See if there's anything I maybe shouldn't talk about on YouTube. Okay, let's have a look. Ben Danklin, the Gone with the Wind program, Celebrity Witness program, number 1. What if some of the biggest names in history didn't die? They vanished to escape the club? What if their deaths were part of a covert high-level op? A secret program designed to protect whistleblowers, patriots and insiders who knew too much. This may not be conspiracy. It may or may not, okay? It might be one of the ultimate red pills that shatters the way you see reality itself. The Gone with the Wind program, look, see? Those you think are alive are dead, and those you think are dead are alive. Tupac left breadcrumbs everywhere with lyrics like "Some expect Illuminati, take my body to sleep." Ends with their shorties at the party just as rowdy as me from They Don't Give a Fuck About Us on the Better Days album. And the title of his album shortly after his demise, the Don Illuminati, the 7-Day Theory, a fitting name considering he was shot in September 1996 and spent 7 days in the hospital before his tragic death. For the eyes that can see, he left clues for a reason. But Tupac was only the tip of the iceberg. What if I told you he wasn't the only one? What if there's been a covert witness protection program run by the US military? Over the last several decades, hundreds of selfless heroes who faked their deaths to escape the club. Michael Protzman, aka -48, first mentioned it casually to us in a live chat one day. Maybe there's a group of people out there that had to escape the system. He dropped it like a whisper, like a chess move from a grandmaster. Once he opened the door, there was no going back. As his students, we didn't see it coming, but once he did reveal this, our minds exploded. He called it the Gone with the Wind program, a clandestine military extraction program designed to remove high-level targets from the satanic grip of the cabal. Some were celebrities, some were political insiders, some were literal bloodlines, such as JFK Jr. All of them knew too much. Many of them were marked for death the moment they tried to break free. The only way out? Death. At least the illusion of it, for many of them. It's the only exit from that system. Imagine having to disappear, abandon everything, change your name, take on a new identity and live amongst us. Hidden amongst us. All until the world's awakening. According to Michael, some of them disguised themselves with military-grade tech, operated in tight-knit teams, took on entirely new personas, played key roles in the Great Awakening. Some may have even been in plain sight the whole time. Yes, that includes JFK Jr. According to Michael, Jr. didn't just go dark after that infamous plane crash. He transformed. He took on roles, characters, missions. With voice modulators, masks and technology we can't even fathom. Do you think the upcoming JFK Jr. American Prince series is just a coincidence, or are they getting the public ready? Think logically. And it doesn't stop there. Michael told us JFK Sr. himself is still alive too. Before you scoff, ask yourself, why does the media still fixate on his death? Why do we feel like we know this man even decades later? Why is Trump fulfilling almost everything JFK said he was going to do? Because his story isn't over. Michael once said we are eradicating Osiris, the death god, from the earth. Osiris, god of death, symbol of the cabal's grip. This isn't just politics, it's not just history, it's a spiritual war. A war between the children of light and the architects of hell. JFK's real last name? Kaluni? A bloodline connected directly to Jesus Christ himself? And if you're thinking, but the Bible says Jesus didn't have children, ask yourself, who gave you that version of the Bible? Truth has been inverted, lies canonized. If this really is a bloodline war, then changes everything. This isn't about fame or ego, it's about finishing a war that began thousands of years ago. And some of the celebrities that faked their deaths, they didn't run, they enlisted. I've pondered this psyche-shattering info for years now, because when you first hear it, your brain fights it. Some of it took weeks to click, just like mine did with JFK. I'm very wary on the JFK bit. That's all I'm going to say, until the dots connected. Until the magnitude of this operation broke through the programming, and then you see it. Michael dropped bombs that made us listening speechless at times. His passion for getting justice for what they did to his president, JFK, was phenomenally inspiring and captivating. There were times on his live streams when people would nervously ask, is so-and-so alive, and is so-and-so alive? Sometimes he'd confirm or deny, sometimes he'd say we're done with this conversation and end the Telegram live chat. And he would leave it up to our own discernment. One day I was on a roundtable podcast. I played a recording of Michael talking about JFK Sr. being alive. The very next day I was removed from the -48 Telegram channel. I didn't get it at the time, but now I see it. Some truths are too big to spill too soon. That was a hard lesson to learn, especially after not realising it at the time. But it did give me more time to focus on my own Telegram channel, so it worked out in the long run. Michael would say after the storm, some of these people will come forward. Imagine that day. Imagine a world where the darkness is exposed, the fake deaths are revealed, and the ones who faked it stand before us again. Not for fame, but for truth. Imagine the level of global unity that would bring in light of a world with truth finally unchained and the veil of deception lifted for all to see. They didn't die. They sacrificed everything, their names, their identities, their lives as they knew it. They vanished into the shadows for a mission greater than any of us could comprehend. All for this moment, the moment the world awakens for such a time as this. The final war isn't just military, it's spiritual, it's psychological, it's historical. It's a war over the soul of humanity itself. And in that war, some heroes had to disappear, had to fake their deaths, had to become ghosts, so some of them could re-emerge when the world was finally ready to see the truth. So next time you see an old clip or hear an old voice or feel that familiar sense of they never really left. Sorry, I got a cough. Ask yourself, what if the death was just a cover story? What if legends never died, they just changed uniforms? And what if reality is far stranger, more brilliant, more divine than any fiction we've ever been told? Well, yeah, truth is stranger than fiction. We were trained to worship celebrities. We were taught to follow the stars. Now imagine the true purpose of that reversal. Not to keep us in darkness, but to one day shock the world with light. The Gone with the Wind program, a secret war against evil, a war bigger than most can imagine, with unsung heroes who gave everything so our children could live free from these Satanists. For the future of humanity, nothing can stop what's coming. End. What if you're already free? That's interesting. I'm going to bookmark that one now. Okay, I do believe, like a lot of people who said they're dead are alive, right? Who we know, were dead but are alive. I just don't know, but like I could be wrong. I just don't know personally about JFK Senior. Did I already read that? I think I did. Okay, that's it for today on YouTube, and then I think we're going to Rumble. Is Tim Air still here? Oh dear. How you going, Deb? Out to lunch? Okay, Alex said you got... Oh, there you go, it jumped. Just as I was going to read it, there it goes. Okay, I can't read that. Susan said he looks like one of the... Oh, I can't read it. Something Puppets, the hillbilly one. Out to lunch said Dell, hard drive check before taking office. Sweet dreams, Shannon. Alex said they haven't been building their bunkers for nothing. They know something big's coming, but they can hide. It's coming for them. They can't hide, yeah. They can't. Remember the mountains will fall on them? Dell said out to lunch, course, how he got the job. Another one. Out to lunch said they won't be able to walk the streets. Deb said, ironic, isn't it? The evil of the world that is under fire. Out to lunch said, put Brondo on the crops. It has the electrolytes you need. Out to lunch said, can 4 quarts of dill pickles. Nice. Hey, George, how you going? Good to see ya. And Philip, how you going? Good to see ya. Deb J said dill pickle juice gets rid of leg cramps. Oh, nice. Raven, how you going? Good to see ya. And Pat, some in there somewhere. I never see Pat's first comment, but I'll see her in a minute, I'm sure. Alex said, need to reboot, my laptop is lagging. Out to lunch says, is it okay to call your friends? Of course. Of course. Dealey said, out to lunch, I'll call everyone right here friends. Out to lunch said, 90K, I don't want to be friends with, yeah. No shave, okay. No shave November, that's what it is. They all grow beards. Okay. Yes, Deb. No, they'll probably shave their faces. They probably do grow beards, those women there, yeah. I'm not going to read that, Shannon. I've seen it before, luckily. I'll get caught in another one, don't you worry. Bazza, how you going? Deb said, a university is all just drama anyway. Out to lunch said, I say, let your bits grow. I think it's your body be free. Shaving is a king order. Only the rich could wear beards and the king would charge for beards. Wow. Shannon said she's confused. Maybe she didn't hear the illegal part in immigration. Out to lunch, did you have Alabama Hot Pockets there? We don't, in Australia. Shannon said Trump already knows he's caught them all. Yes, definitely. Sherry said maybe he's a double agent. Out to lunch said Bazza, hi there, welcome friend. Out to lunch said I could drink 3 of them, I think. Out to lunch said bury Obama with it. Yeah, Shannon, only Albo can afford to be drunk 24/7. That's $17 a drink. Out to lunch said Donna is vacuum sealing her garden carrots now. Nice. Hey, going, Sal? Out to lunch said Biden sobered me up. I could stay drunk all day, but once he got in, I quit drinking and sobered up. Then Trump got in. I seen I was messing up and cleaned up my act. Good on you, out to lunch. That's the way. Yeah, Zal, notice Indians. Hey, Starchild, how you going? Hev, check and see if you received anything under Putnam. What's Putnam? Starchild. I don't know what that is. What is Putnam? Starchild. Putnam. I've got no idea. Raven said, sorry, had to do second breakfast for the girls. Cool. Out to lunch said, star in the chat. Yep. Yeah, I'll wait for Starchild to say if I received anything under Putnam. I don't know what that is. Whatever it is, I haven't got Putnam. It may be a spell check, like they've changed the word on you, because that does it to me all the time. My phone does it. J1 said, my daughter works for a disability service that's been around for 17 years, long before NDIS. There you go. Yep, Deb, I bet your little humans are growing fast, Raven. I bet you they are. Shannon said, IRS down thumbs, ERS up thumbs. Zal said, dethrone Karen immediately. Just wait until it bites the normies on the butt. Alex said, my laptop's throwing a massive wobbler. Messaging this from my phone. Might just have to listen for a minute while my laptop cools down. Oh, no. Deb said, it's time to turn the tables. Whack them all. Oh, donation Putnam. Hang on a sec. Just let me... Where can I go? Let me just put it on a blank screen for a minute. You mean under that name? Oh, yes. Yes. Oh, thank you. God love ya. Let me just check. Yep, Putnam. Yep, thank you. Oh, God love ya. I didn't know what you meant. Okay, let's go back to the stream and then show the screen. I just don't want to show your full name and email address and everything there. Thank you so much, Starchild. You're a legend. I appreciate that. J1 said, creature from the Black Lagoon needs to be in jail. Sal said, no problems for porn, though, it seems, for Karen. Yeah, they can access porn all over the internet, yeah. But hey, YouTube's the problem. Shannon said, RIP laptop, hello phone. Sal said, go the UK. Deb said, okay, sweetie, Alex, so sorry, having trouble with electronics. Dealey said, glad you're able to stay with Alex. How you going, Dealey? George said, the British people have had enough. Yes, it's starting to show. I saw a video this morning of some immigrant getting tased. He started attacking people on the street. I've just got to relight a new candle to keep my cup of tea nice. Where's the candle gone? Oh, no. I've lost them. Okay, where's the candles? I've lost the candles. What did I do with them? Oh, there they are, right in front of me. I'm blind as a bat. The lighter won't light. There we go. Light the candle. Get my tea nice and warm. Zal said, hopefully AU's not far behind, George. I hope so. Alex said, I hope not. This is a new laptop after my last one broke. Oh, no. It's your new one. Deb said, maybe Australia's had enough of mass migration. Shannon said, Alex is working on her tumour. Raven said, Deb, yes, they are. And little Hev has red hair and Jade loves to paint everything, walls, floors, her sister's face, everything. Oh, God love her. Little Hev has red hair. Oh, God love her. Shannon said, I thought it was your old one dying. George said, I have a fan for my laptop. Yeah, you can get things you can put it on with a fan under it. Zal said, yay, they all cheer. This clown has no idea about true Aboriginal history. No, they don't. No, it's convenient. They have a convenient history when they talk about it now. Deb said, awesome, Raven. Oh, my God, I got a headache. Oh, no. Oh, Deb, I feel for you. I'm doing well with mine. I haven't had one for a while now, and I think I know what it was. Dealey said, Raven, oh, how sweet, you have a little artist. J1 says, start paying taxes, you white Aboriginal. Shannon said, take a chill pill, mate. Yeah, exactly. Deb said, I love it when the kids use walls as canvas. Yeah, it's all right as long as it's your home. Not if you're renting, it's not good. Zal said, yay, they all cheer. Deb said, please help me sign them. The sign language far too loud for me. Zal said, this is what he said, Deb. Psh, a lot of hot air. Yeah, Zal, me too. I'm sure a lot of people would like to kick Penny Wong out of the country, into another country, even if that's not what you meant, just for YouTube, you know. Yeah, Deb, pew pew, whack whack. Look out for the assault auto bin. Look out for the assault fry pan if you want to break into my home. Okay, I got a lot of assault weapons. They're called frying pans, rolling pins, a shillelagh. Shannon said, black man tries to cool passengers by identifying as a helicopter. Okay. Out to lunch said salt water, the course of sea salt water. Shannon said the woods. Deb said Obama legacy. Sal said typical Woolies and Coles scam. Sal said we can't even make our honey for fuck's sake. Out to lunch said didn't know you spelt scam like that. Alex said they're all corrupt. I don't think they'd get on the payroll if they weren't corrupt at this point. Yeah, I agree. Out to lunch said app called Yucca would tell you what is good and bad. Okay, I've got to write that down. I'm sure I've heard of it before. Or Yucca? Yucca? Shannon said drink honey, not beer. It's cheaper. Better for you. Dealey said we've got lots of beekeepers in my area. I've got to find one. Timmy, how you going? Have any of you wondered if the bees are dying? Why do we have so much honey on the shelves? Yeah, half of it's not even honey. Sal said, Hev, if you go to stalls in the country from farmers, the honey's often, crystallised. There you go. I thought it was the opposite way around. Deb said, yes, very expensive. Deb said, hello, our doctor in the house. Timmy! Out to lunch said, Mr. Reconstruction. How you going, Mr. Reconstruction? Good to see ya. Zal said, cage bee farming, Timmy. Deb said, we need the psychedelic honey, Sharon. Shannon? Oh, no. Oh, yeah, and what I meant to say the other day was, Shannon, if I had a plane, we could go pick Deb up, right, meet you there too, go around Australia picking all the other people up, right? Then we head off overseas and start picking everyone else up. Yeah. Okay. Out to lunch, she said we have a money man, but the bees are thinning out. Shannon said honeymakers have switched to plan B. Sal said coof doesn't exist, exactly. I was thinking that myself, but I can't say that. Dealey said, I've heard most of the honey on the shelves is actually high fructose corn syrup. Yes, don't be surprised. Zal said, vaccines are false science. I don't even know what that means. Timmy said, fucking duh. It's called pathogenic priming. Mr. Reconstruction said, first time here, what is this show about today? It's the news. What I can find on X about the news. And the absolute state of our countries. But anyway, Alex said, I know for sure that a lot of honey is fake, which is such a shame. If you want real honey with honeycomb, it's normally costs an arm and a leg, Timmy. Yeah, COVID-19 equals fake. Deb said that it's the mosquitoes that were dropped off recently around America. Here come the mosquito. I hope that was not from China. Well, put it this way. Look, China is having a mosquito disease problem at the moment, right? That's breaking out in China. Quick run, put a mask on, get a vaccine. Mosquitoes have to fly a long way. It's not transported by human to human, only through mosquito bite. It's a long way for a mosquito to fly. Anyway, I heard they do have some of it, the same disease in America and Europe, but it's very, very low. You can only get it through mosquitoes. Out to lunch today, like I said the other day, we have radioactive wasps, but now spiders. Haha, take that, Australia. But if Australia looked, they'd probably find their own. Yeah, they're called funnel webs. They're radioactive. No, they're not radioactive. They're just very deadly. Mr. Reconstruction said certificate. Oh, yeah, they want a certificate they want now a digital ID. Yeah, exactly. Yep, I agree. Mr. Reconstruction. I can't say that out loud, but, you know. Yeah, like the passports, the vaxi ones, you know. Sal said never proven to exist. 9 equals 9 intelligence. Out to lunch, said Deb, if made in China, they might break right out of the box. Tim S. said, fucking darts called pathogenic priming again. Did I go backwards or forwards? Hang on. Alex said, waiting for my laptop to cool down so I can use it for the call-in show on Rumble. I can't stand using the phone. Flyby said, Bowie faked his death. Zal said, -48 was a grifter as well. Oh, there you go. Yeah, Mr. Reconstruction, I know there's a lot of M to Fs and F to Ms. Yep. Male to female, female to males. Shannon said, put laptop in freezer, Alex. Out to lunch, said soak under cold water. You might want to put it in a very waterproof bag if you're going to do that. Mr. Reconstruction said, I heard senior died in like 2022. Dealey said, keep it off your hot lap, Alex. Sal said, follow the script, Q1. Yep, a CO2 fire extinguisher. Mrs. Out to lunch, how you going? Hello, my heaven peeps, cooking and listening. Thumbs up, if you can. That'd be great. Thank you very much. Shannon said, that's a man. Sal said, the Bible, folks. Out to lunch said, Donna and her carrots. Dealey said, Donna loves Fred and Fred loves Donna. Raven said, sorry, my phone died on my other one now. Okay, cool. At least you got another one. Alex said, I like that bloke who always used to show up at Trump rallies. Yes. What about Brick Guy? Remember the guy in the brick suit? Wonder who he is. He nearly looks like Robin Williams, nearly. Huh. Jules, how you going? Good to see ya. Yeah, out to lunch. We love you guys and gals. Raven said, Fred and Donna, you two are adorable. You are. Out to lunch said, Mr. Reconstruction, it's me. Shannon said, Hillary tried to kill Kennedy Jr., you bastard. You killed Kenny, you bastard. Jules said, 106 degrees here, Oregon. Ooh. Mr. Reconstruction said, cuckoo. Jules said, Dealey and Deb, good to see yous. Oh, shit, there it goes again. Have a jumping. Oh, I've seen that comment. I know I'm close. Out to lunch said, Mr. Reconstruction, how's the wife, boss? Deb said they was playing characters in the big show of life. Alex said, sorry if I missed anyone, love you all. Tim said, Jules, sounds like CO weather lately, but you have 6 mile an hour wind. Deb said, I'm sure it will be a big surprise for us all. Tim said, everyone mistakenly thinks Oregon is a cool state. Ha ha ha. Deb J said, I got a new phone now. I can't chat on Rumble, but I'll be there. Oh, God, love you. Alex said, I need a spanner for this account to share links. Lol, although my laptop is almost cooled down now. Oh, Starchild, God love you. Yes, I got that. I'm so sorry. I didn't know what you were talking about. I'm thinking, I don't know, is that another app? Alex said, interesting photo, Shannon. Hopefully sent it to Hev2. They look really similar. Out to lunch said, I think that's what I've been suffering from. Tick bite caused, I think. Need to be checked for allergy, don't I? Timmer said, Lone Star tick bites cause alpha-gal syndrome, which makes many allergic to red meat. Shannon said sausage. Of course you would, Shannon. Alex said, I love your little candle tea warmer, so innovative, you know, that word, of you to make it have. Out to lunch said, I found dead ticks on me. Oh. Whoa. Maybe your blood's too potent for them out to lunch. Tim said the tick saliva containing the alpha-gal supermolecule galactose alpha-1,3 galactose, which is also present in red meats like beef, pork and lamb. When the tick bites a human, it introduces alpha-gal into the bloodstream. Oh, no. Jules said, listening from the beginning. God love you. You're number 22, Jules. Thank you for the thumbs up, guys. Out to lunch said, remedies for it, Tim. Tim said, thus prompting the immune system in some individuals to produce antibodies against it. The immune response can lead to allergic reactions to meat. That's probably what they did to peanuts and eggs. Dealey said, out to lunch, it's interesting that you find dead ticks on you. You okay? Jules said, slam the like button, guys. Thank you very much. Alex said, I know why people move their phone or any more small text away from their eyes. I used to say, how come you can't see it? I'm getting old, man. Yeah, we all are. Out to lunch said, my blood was very toxic. Shannon said, I find loads of ticks in my tests when I was at school. Oh, God love you. Now, not how, Alex said. Okay, I'm not going to say that one out to lunch. Is it on your chicken, your male chicken? Okay, Shannon said, F you autocorrect, eh, Alex? Alex said, I hate commenting on the phone, bloody autocorrect. Out to lunch said, can't wear red around him, he attacks. Dealey said, dang, out to lunch, that sounds like a personal problem maybe Donna can help you with. Good one, Dealey. Tim said, out to lunch, sadly not many remedies other than avoidance of red meat. There's no standardised treatment or desensitisation protocol, such as those used for other allergies, has been established. Sherry said, they're dropping mosquitoes from helicopters here, compliments of Bill Gates. Yeah, he needs to be arrested. Tim said, that being said, there's plenty of hope. Or are they just scaring us? Sherry, that's what I'm wondering. Just trying to scare everyone. Fear keeps people under control, so just remember that. Alex said, laptop's still not cooled down completely, but I may turn it back on. I can barely see the comments. Out to lunch said, I have a hiatal hernia. Recommendation was surgery. What, Tim, I think? And I think it's jumped again. Oh, yeah, not far. Alex said, now, blimey, I'll wait for the call-in show. Dealey said, that's horrible, Sherry. I think they drop loads of stuff from planes. Shannon said, use your Zoom function, Alex. Sal said, don't forget, folks, Nasara was a cabal trick to entrap those waking up. Tim said, it's caused by an overreaction of the immune system. There's a ton of work being done in alternative, aka ethical medicine that's illegal in the West, lol. Sherry said, BG making bioengineered mosquitoes in Brazil, I think, 3 million of them a day. Alex said, I know, I might need to get my magnifying glasses out, Shannon. Shannon said, Hev123 Express. Oh, no, I don't know. No, it won't be the Hev123 Express. No. Hev Express, okay? The Hev Express. Alex said, that's horrible, Sherry. Shannon said, just put your eye close to the phone. Mr. Reconstruction said, first-time listener, ma'am, great content. Thank you very much, Mr. Reconstruction. I appreciate that very much. Sal said, quick, get Shannon a drink of what? Meat? I don't know. Shannon said, we didn't even talk about Frazzle Drip today, Mr. Reconstruction. Tim said, spot on, Hev, eat peanuts or alpha-gal, no issues. Once it gets introduced in your bloodstream, your immune system reacts and makes you allergic. And Shannon just said, oh, shit, I just realised I was 4 minutes behind. Okay, with that, guys, we're going to jump over to Rumble. So hopefully I'll see you there in about 10 minutes. And hopefully Tim can join us and Maybe Alex as well, and we'll see what happens. Okay, guys, much love, and I'll be back tomorrow with a video, and I'll talk to you then. Bye, guys.